We're hanging out here live on Google Plus. It's also broadcast on YouTube. Um, let's see here. I got the mask of the Raiders. That's why I can say mask of the Raiders. I've been a Raiders fans for a long time. How I became a Raiders fan. How I became a Raiders fan. Now, I'm not actually looking in the camera because the camera's over here, and I'm trying to look at the screen to make sure everything's working properly. So if you see me turning my head back and forth, I'm trying to look at the screen to make sure everything's working proper. But some gadgets they got to work out, whatever. And the ones that are on YouTube watching it, I don't think I will get your chat. I don't see your chat. I mean, my chat's up, but I think that's only for people in my room and talk here. Let's see here. But okay, let's talk about how I became a Raiders fan now. Well, before I start off, I want to say that preseason's back. Vikings and Raiders. It was the Vikings had 10, the Raiders had 6, and I thought they were going to win at least the preseason game, but that was a low-scoring game. It's still early, so you don't really know what could happen. Yeah, so it was kind of devastating to me from just being preseason game from the Vikings winning 10 and to 6. It was just kind of devastating, but I know it's just a preseason game, but it was kind of devastating. I like the Raiders to win, not to lose. So, further off, if you're just tuning in, I'm going to be talking about how I became a Raiders fan. Okay, well, I was about 11 years old, 12 years old, somewhere around there, maybe a little younger. Everybody had a team. Like the Giants. The Giants were a big thing. I see people at Pittsburgh. The Philadelphia Eagles were big. I was kind of like, growing up, I was kind of like a Rams fan that I kind of liked, and the Browns. That's who I liked. I didn't have a favorite team. I never picked any team. I did like the Giants. I did like the Bengals. Never crossed my mind about the Raiders. Never really cared too much back then. But as one time, me and my brother, my older brother, we were sitting there. Excuse me. We were sitting there. Me and him. He was a huge Raiders fan. Okay, he was a huge Raiders fan. I used to tell him, "Oh, the Raiders are gonna lose. They suck. They suck. Blah blah blah." Right. So I he would say, "Come on, and just vote one time. Just vote for them. Just vote for them. Go for them, whatever." So I was like, "All right, I'll vote for them. I'll go for your team because I didn't have a team back then when I was younger." So I was like, "Yeah, I'll go for your team." But I knew they were gonna lose, so I'm like, "All right." So my older brother's like, "All right, you're gonna vote for them?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll vote for them." So I started voting for them, and they lost that time, and I just became a Raiders fan after that. I started liking them. I said, "You know what? I'm just gonna stick with one team and one team only, and not be a bandwagon and going back and forth to team, and I know people that one team and then they turn around when someone goes to Super Bowl, they say, well, that's their team now. See, I didn't want that. So I stuck with the Raiders. I think it was in the early 80s, 1988 to 1990s. And yeah, they did win some games. They did lose some games. Um, then my brother got out of it. He didn't really care too much about the Raiders anymore. Because he's not really into football anymore like he used to be. But I guess he kind of still likes them, but not much as he used to when he was younger. But I just took over that team for myself because I figured there was a lot of Raiders fans out there on the internet that I didn't know of. Because in my area, uh, it was like nobody was a Raiders fan. Like everybody was shocked. If you were a Raiders fan, you're like, wow, you're a long way from home, you know. And I was like, yeah, but I stick to my team to the day I die. I mean, I even got a tattoo of the Raiders on my arm that it has to get finished up a little bit. But yeah, there we go. That's better. But yeah, it was very interesting. It was very interesting to have to come out there and have a set team, and to even though they didn't win all the time, I was just excited just to watch them play. I was just excited to watch them play. I was just so happy that that they went to the Super Bowl in 2002, which I was really happy. I was really happy that they went to the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers. I never thought I would see that in my generation because they were all soft, and it's just that doesn't mean that they suck. They just played poorly. That's what they did. Their defense wasn't right on. Their offense wasn't right on. And with John Gruden going to the Buccaneers, and it was all set. It seemed like Tim Brown said, it was all a set. They were changing. Callahan was changing everything and changing all the plays. The center, the one that high ball, he didn't show up because he was begging Callahan, I think it was. He was begging him not to change all the plays. So he went down and got drunk, I think in Mexico. He got drunk down in Mexico. He was gone. So the center didn't even show up. So the problem there when some people don't show up, especially you had Jerry Rice, Tim Brown. Who else do we have? Oh my God, we had so many people on that in 2002. We had really good players, and we should have won that game. But it was, like I said, it was set up for John Gruden. Gruden wanted to screw the Raiders for some reason. I don't know. There had been some kind of pinpoint there. And then I got a little pissed off about New England's game when they were playing in the snow, and the Woodson went over. I think it was Woodson over and kind of sacked Tom Brady, but he fumbled the ball. Now, in my eyes, that if I was a referee, that would have been a fumble. No, I don't care if his hands are going forward. I mean, I don't care. I don't care if his hands are going forward. Okay, I really don't. Because if you think about it, if your hands are going forward and you knock the ball out of your hand, should be a fumble right there. So I was really pissed off on that game when the refs They didn't. They didn't say. They said it was kind of passing. He was passing at the time, but it shouldn't matter though. So, but it is what it is now. You can't change it. You can't take it back. You just got to look forward and just win this season. Go to the Super Bowl and go in the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. That's what you need to do. You need to prove. The team needs to prove to themselves that they are a high-ranking team. Instead of being a low-level team, they need to start. They got some good players this year. So what they need to do is they need to start going to a high level. And if they can keep that high level going, I think they can do pretty good this season. Now, I'd like to know how you became a Raiders fan. If you already made a video, send it to me, or send me a link on how you became a Raiders fan. And yeah, I mean, Google Plus here, it's like slows things down. It like pauses sometimes, I guess. I don't know why. Maybe it could be because of my camera. It could be the internet. It could be their internet. I mean, it could be anything. It could be anything. But yes, on YouTube it plays pretty good. But yeah, being a Raiders fan is tough because a lot of people don't like the Raiders at all. A lot of people don't like the Raiders at all because they just don't like. Well, they believe that they suck, and I don't believe that every team sucks out there. I think every team puts their effort into it and they try. A lot of people get that to their head where, oh well, the Raiders suck, and or this team sucks. It's football. It's contact sport. It's a contact sport. But so yeah, it is what it is, right? Yeah, I became a Raiders fan back then, and I stuck with them forever. I never went with any other team. I mean, I do like other teams in the NFL, but I just stick with the Raiders all the time. Just I just like the Raiders, and I'll be a Raiders fan. And I know I'll be hated out there because of other teams, but I'm just glad I can. I thank God I can do stuff like this. I thank Google Plus and YouTube for letting me express my opinion, and also to put this video together, even though it's slow or whatever. I think that maybe they can speed it up for me a little bit and help me out here. Maybe I got to get a better camera. Yeah. Let's see here. It's supposed to be in black and white, but it's not working for some reason. Unless it is, I don't know. But yeah, that's how I became a Raiders fan. I just hope they do better this season. I know they're in preseason. We'll find out either today or tomorrow how they'll do. I'm pretty sure they're playing. I know a few teams are playing today, I think. Yeah, I just and I'm not going to talk about governments or craziness when I talk about the football team, Oakland Raiders. I'm going to just stick on talking to them, and I'll make another topic for that section of talking about them. But this channel is mostly for Raiders, reviewing things, reviewing movies, reviewing serious stuff, and dumping water over your head for ALS. So if you haven't done that, I challenge anybody out there to dump water on their head, and then you get to pick 3 people that you want them to do it. So I challenge you. Any of my subscribers on YouTube or on Google, I challenge you all. I challenge you to do it because I already done it. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it that I wanted to talk about how I became a Raiders fan. I mean, mask. I always loved it. Well, I got this mask. I always wanted to get a mask like this. And people say, you're anonymous. You're anonymous. Well, this is like an anonymous mask. It looks like a skeleton mask. This is what we look like inside. Don't? This is what our face would look like. And have skin on. So, yeah. So, that's pretty much it, I guess. So, well, I want to say thank you for watching, and there'll be more coming. I'll try to get more people in here if they want to come in and chat about the Raiders. Have a called Roundtable Raiders. Have other people come in and talk their opinion about the games and get a good conversation of a roundup table about Raiders, and that would be pretty good to do. So, God bless you all and be safe out there. More coming, folks.